Fast cars, fast service. Visit lebhobbies.com. Hey everybody, welcome to the Boxing Day version of Slot Car News. Yes, we are out in the garage. It is absolutely freezing out here because there is an ice storm going on outside. It's the whole, well, you can't see it, but the garage door behind you all is just, or you can't hear it, I should say. It is just like constantly being hit by sleet. It's a good night to stay in. Speaking of slot cars, we have a really, really awesome slot car carrier. Yes, I'm sure it's actually a slot truck as well, but this is from Area 71. They're going to have this, I believe, in 1/32 and 1/24 scale. They may already have it. If they do, this is some cool photos of it. In any case, really awesome kits here. I cannot imagine the level of detail that these would both have. Baby, these kits are absolutely way, did I mention way? Beyond my ability as a builder in any case, regardless, but it would be really awesome to see someone that does this kit. So if people do get the kit in either scale, let me know. I'll be happy to post them on my Facebook page, on the Slot Car News Facebook page, because, oh baby, I cannot imagine how awesome this would be to be able to build and to build. It looks really great. We also have another small manufacturer coming in, Track Scenics, with a really cool carousel lookout that you see in this photo here. I don't know, something about this design really strikes me. I like the idea. It certainly does look like the McDonald's M with the kind of legs that come out. You can see in the serving suggestion photos, I guess I would call them, the colors that they've chosen to paint this, and orange fits it. Blue, I think, looks really great as well. You know, a silver would look really awesome too. Regardless, I don't think you can really go wrong with this kit. It's neat to see them do something that's not, you know, it's a little bit of a different take on a trackside viewing area building. I don't know. I just think it's really neat, and it's cool that they've done this. Obviously, you know, Track Scenics, their products are made here in the U.S. If that matters to you, I think it's definitely should be included in the thought process when you're thinking about buying products. Also, the fact that they're a small manufacturer, and most importantly to me personally, well, American manufacturer is probably the most important thing. It's a really great system of kits that they make. They're all wood, as you all might know. If you don't know, come along with me on this journey. The kits are not hard to put together. The kits are a really great building block, starting place to make the kit's kind of your own. You know, with model cars, they call this kit bashing. It's, you know, to get the kits built to the way you want them, not necessarily how they come. I think it's a great way to think about a kit personally. I always want to do a little more, especially to a scenic kit like this. It would be great with, you know, like grass growing up the side of it, or I don't know what. I mean, you know, for this kind of thing, you could really let your imagination go wild, and I think get a really, really interesting piece of trackside scenery out of it. They will do this in 1/32 scale, probably 1/48 scale as well, and maybe 1/64. Also note that there's a spiral staircase up the middle. Their kits are not expensive for the good quality that you get. Again, they're wood. You need to build these things. I usually just use an X-Acto knife to maybe clean up the edge a little bit, or sometimes to separate them from the wood that they come die cut into, or laser cut into, I mean. And definitely you want some sandpaper. And personally, I always glue them together, even though In some cases, that's not strictly speaking necessary. I think it's a really great way to finish off the kit personally. So, there we are. Next, we have a couple things from Avant Slot. So they announced this probably a week or two ago, but I did want to highlight it again because I really do like the kind of boxy Subarus that they're making. Yes, I know that they're rally cars, but these cars had a really interesting place in racing history and still do. The vintage racing scene, I guess you would say, or some more privateer-oriented folks might still be racing these. You never know. It's rally. You never know what folks are going to be racing. It's definitely neat stuff. And, with Avant Slot stuff, it is very highly detailed for being the hobbyist quality that it is. The quality of the parts that you get on the cars, again, it's right up there with, on equal par with like your Scale Auto NSR Slottits, all those Sideways, all those kinds of cars. They're really, really excellent quality cars. And if you don't have an Avant Slot, you need to check them out. I do wish they had a little better distribution here in the US, but there we are. Speaking of Avant Slot, so there are 3 new Peugeots that they're showing here, and the liveries on these things look really great. I don't think these haven't been even shown yet. They're just kind of obviously artists, kind of 3D, or not 3D, but rendering side elevations of what the liveries they're intending to make are. And just kind of an aside, but that's kind of why you come here. I've been looking at a lot of street racing Japanese cars, and these liveries on these cars really, really look to me like circuit or loop racing cars that they would do in not Yokohama. Oh God. Anyway, up north in Japan. Oh baby, that hurts that I can't remember what that is. Anyway, 3 really great looking liveries on these cars. Yes, they're Peugeots. They are absolutely, they're rally cars. But if you take out a driver, this would be an interesting little class of small GT cars, I think, and maybe GT4. You could kind of squeeze these in because it's, it's not a overly sized body with huge fender flares. They might race competitively with some other kind of top heavy-ish GT3 cars. Not the super low stuff, but definitely worth looking at, I think, when these come out. I may have to check one of these out because, oh baby, these look great. If these were Hondas, older Civics, and, like street racers, no problem. Thank you very much. Please and thank you. They would be coming to yours truly. That's for sure. We also have some very interesting pictures that Racer Sideways are showing of their new GT3 BMW. The painted liveries on these, the iHeart Racing, black and red, and then there's a green livery on these cars. They look nice and kind of understated. I like the quality of the finish on these. Now, these are obviously, they haven't been released yet, but I'm assuming that these pictures are of cars that are, like pre-release liveries on these things, so I would expect we would be seeing these fairly soon. I do know, for example, that LEB will be getting, they get everything that Sideways make. I cannot imagine them passing up these cars. I will tell them they really need to order a few of these cars because they look really good. As you can see, it's an angle winder, 17.5K motor, a long can motor. I have a couple of them here somewhere. The cars have a lot of really good downforce, magnetic downforce. Just a tiny bit more maybe than having a closed can. So I definitely think it adds a little bit to the racing experience to have that tiniest a little bit of magnetic downforce. Yeah, and I definitely think that I think these cars will perform quite well. I really do. And again, coming very, very soon. Alrighty, guys, we have another manufacturer to talk about. This guy makes some really, really amazing cars. He's a small builder, and a lot of folks know Pete Shepard's work. I just, I'm so taken with the interesting cars that he does, like this Bentley that he had done evidently a while ago, again, for a customer. It came from a kit he mentions on his Facebook page, but it's just really interesting, the kits that he builds and the quality of the work he puts into the paint on the cars, and they're such unique little cars that I really do think you need to follow him on Facebook. It's just an interesting thing, whether you'd ever buy one of his cars or commission a car from him, I don't think it really matters, quite frankly, because there's definitely some really fun stuff that he makes that is absolutely worth checking out when he adds this stuff to his to the Facebook page for you to check out. I have been sharing his stuff more on the Slot Car News Facebook page when I see him post. Unfortunately, I follow all these slot manufacturers, and for some reason, and smaller companies too, and for some reason I don't necessarily see all of their posts all the time, despite having them set to, or I look at them a lot. I really dislike the Facebook algorithm, but, we're stuck with it. It's Facebook. There's nothing else out there yet that matches the reach of, Anyway. Come back after the racing and show news, and we are going to talk about a rant that is a long time coming. Nothing over the top, but just, I've been wanting to talk about this for a while, and, well, you'll see. Come on back, folks. Alrighty, guys, so Scalextric. They used to make some really, really great scenery. Now, yes, they have been making some more interesting resin stuff more recently. It's repops of older things that have been kind of brought back. Track pieces. I really wish they would make more diverse track pieces again. This piece that I found on a vintage Scalextric board, the photos, it's an old ad, obviously, and why? I know. My track has the loops at the ends. I'm still trying to get Polycar to make the loops. I really do wish someone still made these loops. As it's been advertised in this post, it's that's a drag strip and kind of a hill climb rally, making the track into one lane basically, and it effectively doubles the length of your track. If you want one lane, you get a really massive amount of use, and you get like all of the use out of your track, especially if you're the only one on the track. If you make a one lane track out of it. I just don't know how. I don't know why they still don't return to some of their golden track pieces that really made them, the most interesting company, certainly for the first part of the slot car hobby, the first couple decades or so, with the humpback bridge, with the Le Mans start, with the Goodwood chicane, for goodness sakes. I mean, Goodwood is big on YouTube now, as folks probably know, or if you're a car guy, you've seen ample posts from Goodwood. All kinds of four-wheel drift out of really narrow tire little sports cars, and other great cars from a vast array of types of racing. How they don't make more of these very unique track pieces anymore, when they were the one that really pretty much pioneered this idea, it's befuddling and incredibly frustrating to me. I had been at the museum at the headquarters in Ramsgate, yes, in England when I worked for the company. I've been there a few times in the museum, and I saw the displays, and they would have a display kind of for each decade of the things that they used to make, and it was kind of disappointing when you really think about what you're looking at, because you look at the earlier years and you see all these great different odd track pieces. They don't make any of these anymore. So it's kind of like they're advertising what they used to do, not what they still do. It's really, I think it's counterproductive, quite frankly. But setting that aside, they are a company that is all about legacy. They have so many committed hobbyists, obviously most of them in the UK. And, these folks will rehabilitate the old nasty pieces of track that, God love them, it's like, why are you rehabilitating this to put it back in your track? Because there's no option available. The first thing I would hear when I worked for the companies is, well, if we remade this, how many would we sell? Well, that's really that's like a really stupid, counterproductive way of looking at it, because you're adding to the overall quality of the system. You're adding to the play value of the entire system. You're adding so much back into the system with really unique pieces of track that, frankly, nearly nobody is doing now. Carrera, came close with the piece that I had them make, or helped get made, or however you want to put it, the corner chicane piece. I really had hoped they would kind of make more of this sort of shape, the oddball stuff. So when you look at a track, it's not two parallel lines the entire way around it. It's so boring to look at a track and to just see, oh, look, it's just parallel slots. Kind of yawn, Like, make something where there's a squeeze or a jog like the Goodwood chicane. I don't know. Are you with me, guys? What it feels like they could be doing something more than they are doing. That's the rant for this Boxing Day. I should be doing a live stream early next week. We will see. Regardless, thanks for all the folks that have been showing up to the live streams recently. Yes, I am trying to do more of them. I really do appreciate folks stopping by and saying hi, and having questions, or just chatting to each other. It's all good. It's all good, guys. So yeah, see y'all again soon. Thanks.